When Spore came out in 2008, I was 14 years old and had only recently gotten my own computer. I knew very little about games, and I didn't even have access to the internet, so when I go to the game store and I see this cool space game and you can make your own creatures and explore the universe, I was very excited. So excited, in fact, that I saved up and bought the Galactic Edition that came with art booklet and a behind-the-scenes DVD. My computer only had 50 gigabytes of space on the hard drive, so I could only have like one of the 4 games I owned installed at any one point. But you best believe that the game that I had installed for the longest was Spore. My friends and I played this game so much, creating creatures, conquering the galaxy, playing through the stages over and over again, and it was amazing. I didn't know any of the promises that were not delivered upon, or the game's shortcomings. At this point in my life, I would have given the game an 8 out of 10, and if you feel nostalgia for this game, and don't want to hear me talk bad about it, you can close the video now. 8 out of 10, good game. But we're still here, so I guess it's time to talk about my experience playing the game again now in 2021, for the first time since I was that young 14-year-old nerd. Let's start where the game starts. Cell Stage. Honestly, there isn't too much wrong with Cell Stage. It's a very short stage where you get to choose between being a little virgin plant eater or a Chad carnivore exerting your dominance over the other cells. There is some slight customization of the cell, so of course I have to make the thickest boy in existence so I can exert even more dominance. The whole premise of the cell stage is that you just go eating your respective food till you grow, evolve your cell to eat food better, and then eventually, after eating enough food, you gain a tiny brain. Of course, it's a tiny brain. You still think that the Earth is flat and that vaccines cause autism, so you have a long way to go. Slap some legs on your thick boy, and get ready to start the creature stage. The creature stage puts you on this good-looking planet and gives you the option to befriend or kill other creatures to evolve further. Of course, I have to be a murder hobo and go commit genocide on anything within a 10-kilometer radius. The creature stage is my favorite because there are a lot of diverse ways to evolve your creation, and exploring the world and seeing all the creatures that you and your friends made is great, even if the pathing and controls are total dogshit. Oh, and don't forget that you have the ability to party so hard that you shit out an egg. It's tradition to make creatures that look like fucked up lab experiments for me, so this run is really no different. Look at this ugly bastard. Occasionally when you evolve, you'll come out of your egg and see that all your friends have left you, just like in real life. But unlike real life, they're all just a walk away, chilling at a bigger place. You'll sometimes run into a cooler rogue monster that are strong, or even the Sigma male Giga Chad epic monsters that one-shot you but also shit out top quality bones. But your main goal is still just evolving till you have the biggest brain. Unfortunately for me, studies show that an increase in brain mass and IQ lead to a direct decrease in people watching my channel. So, once the creatures have unsubscribed, they're finally ready to move on to the worst stage in the game. Tribal Stage. Fuck Tribal Stage. When I was 14, I hated Tribal Stage with a passion. The two big problems here is that there really isn't very much variance to the gameplay. It gets extremely repetitive. And then look at this map. You click here, and you go here? How could you not even code a map properly? All your tribesmen walk so slow, and things are so far away, so not being able to quickly move around with the map is extremely frustrating. You start off by continuing to genocide the innocent wildlife to get gear and more tribesmen. Another tribe pops up, and obviously that's not allowed here, so you go and genocide your own kind. Once you defeat the first tribe, more start popping up, and there's no real logic here, so sometimes while you're out trying to do things, 2 different tribes will both attack you at the same time, and you just lose. There's nothing you could have done. I guess try again, build your totem of murder, and move on to the next stage. Civilization Stage. Honestly, there isn't much difference between Civ Stage and Tribal Stage, except you can customize the look of your buildings. You guys have seen my videos, and you know that I'm not creative, so of course I just use other people's creations for my base. Just like Tribal, you start off alone in the world, and can go get some resources, then some other civs start popping up, and it's time to go commit some war crimes and murder your friends. Doesn't feel repetitive at all. Oh, and sometimes an epic monster who looks exactly like you will come and kill your whole army. Imagine a giant naked human going into a city and just destroying everything. After a while, I earned some very legitimate money, because I just wanted to get past the stage and not have to wait around for some spice. When I was 14, I would also cheat at this game all the time to skip past a lot of the boring grind. I'm sorry. I become America and just bomb all the remaining cities, which means it's time for the final stage. Space! You get a spaceship, which you can design yourself, and which I definitely didn't design myself. Not a creative guy. You're ready to go on your adventure in space. It's filled with so many things, like not genociding the locals and abducting them instead. You can earn badges to progress and unlock more gear for your spaceship. You can meet other space-age civilizations. You can expand your colony to other planets and terraform planets, which is actually quite extensive and interesting, and so boring. You can explore planets and get cool artifacts. And if you have the Galactic Adventure DLC, you can also do these little RPG games and deck out your spaceship captain. I was actually really looking forward to this part, but apparently it's not in the Xbox Game Pass version. So, yeah. I also felt really good about making it a space stage until I saw that a fucking banana did it too. At least they like me. After doing basically everything there is to do about once or twice, I start earning some more very legitimate money, so I can do the end goal of Space Stage, going to the center of the galaxy. To do that, you need to go back and forth between some stars, so you can earn the badge that lets you go to stars further away, because there are some gaps in the arms of the galaxy that are just too big to cross if you don't. Once you get closer to the center of the galaxy, some dudes named the Groks reveal that they basically control the entire center, and that they don't like you at all because you're a smelly gamer who hasn't showered since you're a single-cell organism. You basically need to fully max out your ship and prepare hardcore to reach the center, but when you do, when you finally reach the center, you hear this.
Greetings, my friend. You have traveled very far and overcome many obstacles.
And it turns out it's just this little dude. His name's Steve, by the way. Classic Steve. He congratulates you for getting to the center through some very hard times that I definitely didn't just cheat through. And he gives you an endgame item, the Staff of Life. It has 42 uses, nice, and allows you to completely terraform a planet. And that's it. You've defeated Spore. Much like Minecraft and defeating the End Dragon, the game doesn't really just end there. You can keep exploring and colonizing and befriending. Space Stage is supposed to be the main focus of the game, but it just feels very empty, with not much to do. I'd say it's probably the second best stage of the game. If you really like Space Stage, I would suggest going to play No Man's Sky, which is basically Space Stage expanded to be an entire game, and it's actually really good. I have a weird relationship with Spore because I did truly love it as a teenager, but now coming back to it, I just feel like it's half a game that was never really finished, and it was made at a time where updates and DLCs weren't really the norm to fix up a game after release. Overall, I'd give it a fairly low 3 out of 10. Below average, but still worth playing if you can look past its emptiness and many flaws. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, because these kinds of videos take a lot more time than TF2 videos I usually post. And have a good day. Cheers.